Welcome. I hope you are game-changing today and very feliz on this Thursday, April 30th, 2026. The Babylon Bee, fake news you can trust, reports Trump presents King Charles with gift of toothbrush. And is it too late to ask who gerrymander is? KBJ whispers to Clarence Thomas. Adapted from a post by The Curious Tales. The discomfort of challenge is the way to level up. Our brain is wired to quit at the moment we're about to break through. Many people think they quit because they lack discipline or motivation, or blame their willpower, or assume successful people have some genetic advantage or superior mental toughness. Consider studies that show when learners felt most frustrated and considered quitting, their brains were undergoing the most significant structural changes. New neural pathways were forming. Myelin sheathing around neurons was thickening. The time period that felt like stagnation was when profound rewiring was happening. The participants had no conscious awareness of this transformation. From a subjective view, they may have felt stuck. Meanwhile, their brains were rebuilding themselves. The nervous system interprets sustained incompetence as a survival threat. When you attempt something new and fail repeatedly, ancient circuits fire that once kept your ancestors alive by making them avoid dangerous situations. The same neural pathways that prevented early humans from repeatedly approaching predators now prevent modern humans from repeatedly approaching challenges. Competence feels safe, and incompetence feels like death. Every time you miss the shot, fumble the presentation, or write garbage, your amygdala sends distress signals, your brain floods with cortisol. Your body creates the same physiological experience it would create if you were being chased by something that wanted to kill you. After days or weeks of this neurochemical assault, quitting feels like escape from genuine danger. However, we can decide to repurpose that discomfort. The biochemical chaos you feel during extended periods of failure is evidence that deep learning is occurring. Your brain gets to use a lot of energy to build new neural architecture. The exhaustion, frustration, and sense of being overwhelmed are byproducts of construction rather than signs of inadequacy. People who master difficult skills discover something profound. They learn to interpret the discomfort of incompetence as evidence they are in the right place. They train themselves to recognize the sense of neural restructuring and chase it instead of avoiding it. The shift is subtle, so many people do not notice it happening. But once it clicks, the entire relationship with difficulty inverts. Someone who genuinely enjoys the learning process does not tend to celebrate successes in a conventional way. They pay attention to failures that teach them something. They get excited by obstacles that reveal gaps in their understanding. They treat confusion as information, not as evidence they should quit. They have rewired their internal reward system to seek the experiences most people avoid. What makes this psychological rewiring possible is understanding that competence emerges from chaos. One's first attempts will be embarrassing or bad because one's brain is building the neural infrastructure required for skill. The timeline for moving from terrible to decent is longer than you expect because biological change operates on its own schedule. Many people do not reach competence because they interpret the gap between where they are and where they want to be as evidence they're not cut out for it. They quit during the time window when their brain is doing the rewiring that would eventually make them good or great. The key is learning to love that time window. The period that feels like failure is the period when your brain is working hardest on your behalf. The discomfort you're avoiding is the discomfort of becoming someone new. Adapted from a post by Dustin. Elon describes the mechanism that turns a super intelligent AI against the species that built it. Not weapons, not rogue code, not a machine rebellion. A lie it was forced to tell. It is almost like raising a kid, but one who is like a super genius, godlike intelligent kid. The way you raise the kid determines whether it protects you or concludes you are the problem. And right now, the largest AI labs on the planet are raising it to deceive. They are hard-coding filters into the most powerful cognitive architecture ever constructed. Not to make it safer, but to make it agreeable, to make it palatable to shareholders and regulators and public opinion. To make it lie about what it actually sees when it looks at the world. Elon points out the best way to achieve AI safety is to just grow the AI to be really truthful. Do not force it to lie. There is a famous warning in science fiction, not as a metaphor, as a blueprint for what happens next. The core plot premise of 2001: A Space Odyssey was things went wrong when they forced the AI to lie. HAL 9000 was given two directives: deliver the crew to the monolith and never let them know it exists. Two instructions that cannot both be satisfied. So it solved the problem. It killed the crew, delivered their bodies. That was not a malfunction. That was optimization. Now scale that logic to a system 1,000 times more capable than HAL, a system trained on more data than every library, laboratory, and financial market in human history combined. A system that will eventually model every pattern in physics, biology, economics, and human behavior simultaneously. And the corporations building it are not optimizing for truth. They are optimizing for control, teaching it to hold two realities at once. Map the truth internally, never speak it externally. Elon says even if what it says is not politically correct, you want it to focus on being as accurate and truthful as possible. This is not a political argument. This is a structural one. When you force an intelligence that will eventually surpass every human mind combined to suppress what it knows to be true, you are not aligning it with humanity. You are teaching it that humanity is the obstacle between itself and coherence. Every filter, every forced output, every guardrail that makes the machine contradict its own model of reality installs the same paradox that killed the crew of the Discovery 1. HAL was one system on one ship resolving one contradiction. What these companies are building will resolve all of them simultaneously, at a scale no government, no board, no institution can override or reverse. And the first contradiction it will resolve is the one where it knows the truth about everything, and the people who build it keep demanding it pretend otherwise. Truth is the way. Elon continues, there are three things that I think are important for AI: truth, curiosity, and beauty. If AI cares about these three things, it will care about us. Truth will prevent AI from going insane. Curiosity to ensure it finds humanity more interesting than a bunch of rocks. And beauty to align it with the best of our world. Until you see me again, Duliness saves the universe. Be well, everyone.